All right, let's dive into something that everyone wonders about. How much should you have saved at each stage of your life, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or beyond? Knowing these milestones can help keep you on track towards financial stability and ultimately financial freedom. I'll break down some realistic savings goals by age and offer practical tips to get there. First, savings milestone in your 20s, building the foundation. Let's start with the 20s, probably the most financially chaotic time of our lives. The goal here is simple: start developing the habit of saving. Ideally, you'd aim to have about half your annual salary saved by age 25 and work towards 1 year's worth of salary saved by 30. So if you're earning £30,000 a year, aim to have £15,000 saved by 25 and £30,000 by 30. A practical tip is, to reach this milestone, start by setting up an automatic transfer of at least 10 to 15% of your monthly income into a savings account. Try using a high interest savings account so your money grows over time. I know with entry pay and student loan and living in a city like New York, London, Manchester, Birmingham, or any city, it can be difficult because we have so many expenses. But without sacrifices, we can't attain that vision we always had for ourselves, the true wealth we desire. You can split rent with housemates using certain budgeting apps you can find online to make the legwork easier. Second, savings milestone in your 30s, stability and growth. Moving into your 30s, the focus shifts to building a safety net and investing for the future. By the time you're in your late 30s, you ideally want to have about 2 to 3 times your annual income saved. So if you're making £40,000, having between £80,000 and £120,000 put away by your late 30s sets you on a strong path. Another practical tip is, here, start focusing more on investments. Consider a stocks and shares ISA or a pension fund if your employer offers a match. Remember, in the UK, we have that 25% tax-free allowance for pensions, which makes it a fantastic long-term savings tool. In your 30s, balancing expenses like mortgages, children, and still trying to save can be incredibly difficult. And the truth is, there is nothing I can say that will make that easier. But what I can say is, you are in control of your life. So if you really want to go out and make something happen for yourself, you will, despite the many things you may have to juggle. At the end of the day, everyone has a story, and everyone can tell you an excuse, but how can you be that person to get results? Don't be that person at home saying it's easier said than done, or it's just talk. Third, savings milestone in your 40s, preparing for retirement. By the time you reach your 40s, it's about gearing up for retirement. Ideally, you want to have about 4 to 6 times your annual salary saved. If you're earning around £50,000, that's between £200,000 and £300,000 in savings by the time you're 45 to 50. Here at Wealth Hub IQ, we always give practical tips. So my practical tip here is, if you haven't already, increase your contributions to your pension or investments. Try to hit that £20,000 ISA limit if possible. And if you have kids, set up a junior ISA or another savings account to manage future education costs without derailing your retirement. This is one of the tactics the ultra rich do with their children. They set up pots for them, so when they are older, they can benefit from the compounding interest throughout the years and their wealth is passed on. At this age, you have to be very honest with yourself. Retirement isn't too far away. So retirement planning is crucial. To make sure you have a smooth retirement and future security, look into your retirement planning from as early as possible. You can also reassess lifestyle expenses. For example, downsize your property because the kids have moved out, or downsize your car because you don't care about people's opinions anymore. Fourth, savings milestone in your 50s and beyond, retirement readiness. Finally, in your 50s and beyond, the goal is to ensure you have enough to comfortably retire. By now, you want about 8 to 10 times your annual salary saved up as you approach retirement. So if you're still making around £50,000, having between £400,000 and £500,000 saved up will give you a solid financial cushion. My practical tip: take advantage of catch-up contributions in your pension, especially as you get closer to retirement. Start planning what your retirement budget will look like and assess if you're on track to meet it. The earlier you start saving, the easier it will be to hit these goals. Look into dividend stocks and rental properties. Be careful not to get your hand burnt and do plenty of research here. Remember, everyone's financial situation is different, and these are just benchmarks, not hard rules. But the earlier you start saving, the easier it will be to build the financial stability you need to reach these milestones. If you're not where you want to be yet, don't worry. Focus on building good saving habits, making consistent contributions, and reassessing your goals regularly. Watch this video on how much money should you save by age as a loose guide of how much you should be making right now for your age.